Excellent. Yes, my name is Mark Zacharia. Thank you for inviting me back to this convention, this year's Level Up Convention. As leaders, we are often referring to a variety of tools that we have in our toolbox, right? One tool is that we can act as an independent, and we can work alone. Another tool is to know who to ask for help from and how to ask for help. I'm going to opt for asking for help. Listen carefully to the language I use. Shout out your first name. I'll repeat it. Go. Jihadi. Jihadi, I want you to imagine numbers 1 through 100 are circling around you, okay? One more than another is going to try and find your attention. You can accept it, you can reject it, it's entirely up to you. But when you're ready, shout out one number between 1 through 100 now. 27. Stay standing. What's your first name? Malama, did I say it correctly? Same rules apply. There's a tornado of numbers circling around you. They're all vying for your attention. You decide you're going to reach up and you're going to pluck down one. What number between 1 and 100? Shout it out nice and loudly now. 3. What's your name, sir? Patrick. You know the rules. Numbers 1 through 100, charging at you, sir. It's like a whitewater raft. Accept some, reject others. Finally, pluck one out. What's the number that you're thinking of? Nice and loud. 2. I have 30. You're closest with this, right? You had 27, right? Coming up and join me. I'm going to ask you guys to take a seat. Read this over my shoulder. Take a spot right over here. She'll read this over my shoulder for the first half to keep me honest, and then I will have you finish reading this, okay? I'll put this right here. You're going to speak nice and loudly into the microphone, but keep me honest on this, okay?
Okay.
Today, on October 8th, 2019, at the College of New Jersey, I shall ask someone to be my assistant. The language I used when I asked them to think of a number was very visual. I had them stand up so they were thinking under pressure. All these and other subtle factors will combine to, hopefully, psychologically, get them to think of a particular number. One person who selected a number
will be off by 3.
Read each sentence one at a time, nice and low.
If the person selects a number off by more than 3, this will not reflect badly on Mark or his skills. But if the specter, who is wearing a green blouse and black blazer, is off by exactly 3, this specter will be Mark's assistant and the audience will go wild.
Now I picked 30, you picked 27?
Yes.
That would make you my spectator. A round of applause for her. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to step right over here for a moment. This is my magic wand. When I bring you up at the end of the show, you're going to use the magic wand. This will indicate the end of the performance. When we get to this, after this, the show is over. Can I count on you coming up a little bit later?
Yes.
Excellent. A round of applause for her as she heads back. If somebody could learn how to read your mind or influence you without your knowing, would any secret be safe? Just imagine. Now, if a skill like this falls into the hands of an ethical person, that person can learn to be a true leader. When Mr. Miller contacted me to come back, I was here in 2015, and when he asked me to come back, I said, Mr. Miller, what do I need to know about the crew that's going to be over here? And he said, Mark, we're doing this Level Up program, and I want you to know a few things about the students. Now, it occurred to me that despite the notes that Mr. Miller was kind enough to share with me, the best person to ask about you is you. So, as a leader, you want to go right to the source and you want to ask people about themselves, but you need to ask the right people the right questions. I'm going to start simple with animal, vegetable, mineral types of questions, just to kind of lubricate the gears. Third row. Yes, sir. Stand up. What's your first name? Say it again. Donald. Donald, I want you to name an animal. Now, don't name a cat or a dog or a horse, because everybody names those. An antelope. I want you to imagine, what's your first name? I want you to imagine a food. Now, or a fruit or a vegetable, but not an apple or a banana or a carrot. Everybody says those. Mango. Gentleman all the way over there with the glasses. Yes, sir. Stand up. What's your first name? Shout it out to me, sir. No, that was good. That was good. Now, you probably heard the notion that if you're going to speak in front of a loud group of people, the best way to get rid of nerves is to imagine everybody in their underwear, right? So, sir, boxers or briefs? Shout one out. Briefs. And we learned a little bit more about you today, didn't we? Come on, would you come up and join me over here, sir? Right, so we've got his have over here. At the end of this, it would be real easy for you to think, you know what, Mark must have somehow asked people, I'm going to bring you right over here, Mark must have asked people ahead of time to please say these answers. Folks, that's just too easy for you to double check, and everybody will assure you, I have not asked anybody to help me ahead of time. Isn't that correct? Okay, so you're going to verify this. And I think I told you ahead of time that Mr. Miller and I have spoken. Would you come over here, just open the zipper on that and reach right inside and take the stationery out? Open that all the way. Stand right here if you don't mind. Okay. Open that completely. And you're going to read just the handwritten sentences. You'll stop after each sentence. Nice and loud. I am nice and loud.
Okay. I am very excited to be performing for the NJASC again this year.
Which I told you, I was excited to be invited back.
One student will like antelope, another
Yeah,
will...
hold on. That was antelope was...
That person.
You,
yeah.
right, too?
Him.
Next sentence.
Another will like mangoes.
That was...
Her.
You.
Okay. And a third will be thinking of all of you in your briefs. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Thank you very
Okay.
much. You can head back to the round of applause. You can take that with if you want. By the way, how does something like this happen, right? Is it possible that I'm really demonstrating to you a precognition, some way of knowing ahead of time what you were going to say before I even got here today? Or did I somehow influence your answer by telling you what not to pick? I'm not going to answer that. But it does demonstrate that there are many ways that we can lead people and to get to a common goal. Now, Animan teaches about reaching a common goal. If you have a variety of people, you want to be goal-oriented, not task-oriented. And we're clear on the distinction, right? We want the end result. So to that end, I'm going to give you a granular example of what this would be like. I'm going to give two people a chance for a common goal. I'm going to give two people in this audience an opportunity to win $100. 3 envelopes, 2 spectators, 1 $100 bill. 8650M. Remember that, 8650M. That's the last part of the serial number of the $100 bill that is inside one of these envelopes. Okay, 8650M, like Mary. What is your first name? Mary Kate. Mary Kate, we're going to bring you right up over here. Would you come up over here? And what's your first name, sir? Evan, we're going to bring you right up over here. Can we bring the two of them right up? Yeah, come right on up over here. Envelope number 2, there's your spot. And C. 3 envelopes, 2 spectators, 1 $100 bill. Here's what I'm going to attempt to demonstrate, that as a leader, if you all have a common goal, you can find ways to guide the people to your common goal. Now, I'm telling you ahead of time, while I have one $100 bill in one of these envelopes, if you select the correct envelope, you may authentically keep the $100 bill. But in the spirit of full disclosure, I don't want you to get the $100 bill. And I tell you that ahead of time. That's my goal. Now, that means that I have something invested in the outcome. As a leader, you need to be invested in the outcome of whatever it is that you're attempting with your team. Does that make sense? They also need to be invested. So, you'll select your envelope. You'll take it, and in a moment, when I tell you, you'll open up. If you have the $100 bill, you can keep it. I should say that if you don't get the $100 bill, you don't walk away completely empty-handed, you will get a Mark Zacharia commemorative $0 bill. You're welcome. So let's learn a little bit about them. Tell me your first name. Mary Kate. I have envelope 1, envelope 2, and envelope C. Mary Kate, I will tell you, in the last 9 days, in the last 11 performances, the $100 bill has always been in envelope number 2. Mary Kate, which envelope would you like? Mary Kay? You want to? You see how simple this is, people? Evan, I got envelope 1 and I got envelope C. Evan, would it surprise you if I told you I already know which envelope you're thinking of? You want envelope C? You want envelope 1? You want envelope 1? You don't want envelope C? So what you're saying is, of the choice, you want to not choose envelope C. You want envelope... Understand that each one of them had a 1 in 3 choice. We know that, right? You, nice and high, you took trying to get you to bite down on the one that was odd from the other ones. You're like, no, 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 no. Give me 1. You were going 1 no matter what. You'll see that that's perforated at the top. Will you just tear that carefully across the top? Be careful. And you'll blow right into the envelope. Reach right down inside with 2 fingers. Would it be? Could it be? Oh, the tension. Open it up. Show everybody. That is a Mark Zacharia commemorative $0 bill. Hold that up. Don't go anywhere. No, no, you're doing fine. That's you. Don't go anywhere. Okay. You have envelope number 2. Before you open it, I want you to understand what she's thinking right now. Right now, she's thinking, oh, good, I have a 50-50 shot of winning this $100 bill. That's not entirely true. You see, you always had a 1 in 3 shot, right? Just because we got rid of his, yes, it's true, your odds went up, but my odds of winning went up also. Now think this through to its natural conclusion. I'm going to give you an option I didn't give him. I'm going to give you an option to switch envelopes with me. They never do. But I'm going to tell you why. Since you had only a 1 in 3 shot of winning, and we've already eliminated one of the other losers, it stands to reason, since I don't want to lose my 100, that I have the winner. So, do you want to switch envelopes with me? Okay, maybe I didn't explain the whole math and statistics thing as well. Absolutely not. Don't open it yet. Really, that's a souvenir? 8650M. $100 bill. Inside this envelope. Now, I don't want you to feel bad for her. Here's why. I told you ahead of time that I had a goal and I was trying to influence you, right? I do want you to tear that open. You have not 1, but 2 gifts in there. Open that up. What is that? That's not 1, but 2 Wawa gift cards. Each one is worth $5. 1 is for you. 1 is for him. I wanted to take a little bit of the sting out, even though we didn't win the 100. Sometimes learning a lesson goes down a little bit better if you get a foot long at the end of it, right? Give him that as you exit off, and you can keep that as a run. Adam discusses with us another feature being an effective leader, and another technique that we can use if we are going to lead and direct people. And that is the technique of making an authentic connection with people. Now, we've all experienced this at some point, right? You've been in a room and maybe somebody you didn't even know walked in and you were able to make some type of a connection with that person. You just knew somehow that this person was going to be important to you. Now, I've told this to my own children, and maybe you found this to be true for you, that we don't pick our friends, but our friends pick us, right? So we're going to demonstrate that. It's Alexandra? Alexandra, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you to pick a girlfriend of yours to come up here and join me. Leave everything else at your seats, but come up here and join me. So you've known each other for some time, is that correct? How long have you known one another for? About a year. Okay, and there are these senses of connection that we make with people, right? And isn't it true, if you make a connection with somebody who you call a friend, or if somebody that you have some other deeper connection with, isn't it true, it's almost, especially after a year, it's almost like you can finish one another's, I was going to say French fries. No, but that works too. And isn't it true, right, that if you laugh at the same jokes and you binge watch the same shows, it's almost like you can read one another's I was going to say texts and emails, but no, but that works too. That's okay. So here's what we're going to attempt. Ladies, stand on the spot that you have over there, arms down at your sides, and your eyes are going to find a spot against the back wall. What I'm going to attempt to demonstrate is how we can make an instant connection. And as leaders, part of what we do is we attempt to make an instant connection with the people with whom we work. For the first half, by the way, have either one of you ever been hypnotized? Alexander, what I'd like you to do to help you with your eyes on your spot, to help you, I would like you to think of somebody from your past, somebody who is important to you, but not necessarily somebody who is here. It should be the type of person, think of this person by the name, not by title, like grandma or brother or somebody like that, but think of somebody by a name, hair length, eye color, even the sound of this person's voice. For you to be completely receptive, every time you think of this person in your mind, I just want it to be the type of feeling that comes over you and you feel very good from the inside out. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. You have all demonstrated some level of suggestibility, a willingness to take direction from somebody because you trust him. And trust is a very important part of leadership. This is going to be just for the two of them now. You're thinking of somebody, you've never said the name out loud, but I just want you to allow that feeling to envelop you. Ladies, eyes on your spots. Alexandra, what I want you to do is, in a moment, not yet, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. And when you do, I merely want you to take an inventory of anything that you feel. You might feel me touch you on the top of your head or your forehead. Wherever you notice a sensation, a feeling, just take notice. Don't say anything but notice where I touch you, how many times, and then in a moment I'll ask you, okay? Take a long, slow, deep breath in. Ladies, eyes on your spot. Exhale all the way out. Good. Let the shoulders drop, release and relax, and close your eyes. You're going to hear only the sound of my voice. Every other sound is going to give you permission to experience this. Eyes closed, starting now. Take an inventory of anything that you've... Eyes closed, but respond to my question. If you felt me touch you anywhere on your body, please raise your right hand. With your right hand, please point to where on your body you felt me touch you. Eyes closed. With your right hand, please hold up the number of fingers for the number of times that I touched you. Alexandra, would you open your eyes and look at me? The reason they're oohing and eyeing, I touched her. Stay right there. I'm going to ask you to go back to your seat. Thank you very much. Give her a round of applause. You can drop that paper to the floor for now. Testing one. Good. Come join me over here. Okay. Sleep. Close your eyes. Just drift deeper and deeper. Every sound that you hear is only going to give you permission to drift deeper and deeper into this state. Your legs will always support you, but you are going to drift deeper and deeper into some favorite space in your mind. This little vacation is just for you, and the deeper you go, the better you feel. And the better you feel, the deeper you're going to want to go. Just release and relax. Shoulders dropping. Take a long, slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to be twice as relaxed. Let it happen. Just release and relax. Good. And as you drift into this state, the only thing I want you to have in your mind is the image of this person who you are thinking of, who gives you such a wonderful sensation from the inside out. You've never told anybody, you haven't, and later on we'll confirm for everybody, you and I have not met before this convention, and you have told nobody. This thought is only in your mind. Take a long, slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to go twice as deep still into this. Your legs will support you. Good. Release and relax. I'm going to let your shoulders go, but you're going to stand right here. Just enjoy this moment of relaxing. And I just want you to imagine this person in your mind. Deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. Say nothing out loud, but only in your mind. I want you to imagine that you are calling out to this person as though you were trying to get this person's attention. Do that now, only in your mind. Nice deep breath. As you exhale, I just want you to let your right hand drift slowly to your side. Eyes closed, chin up. In a nice loud voice, could you please tell us the name of the person who you are merely thinking of right now?
Jerry. That's cool.
The ultimate step is being able to lead hundreds of people, if not thousands of people, who have a variety of goals, all at the same time. Gentlemen, only the gentlemen in the audience. I want everybody to stand, but gentlemen, do me a favor, stand up. And gentlemen only, open up the calculator on your phone. Gentlemen only, let's see if we can bring us to a common goal over here. This is going to be a lot of fun. Gentlemen, please turn to the nearest woman to your left and hand her your calculator. Does everyone have a calculator? Ladies, in that calculator, listen carefully to everything before you do it. You're going to punch in a 2 or 3 digit number, but do not punch in a 2 or 3 digit number that has some significance to you, such as the last 2 or 3 digits of your cell phone number or the last 2 or 3 digits of your address. In other words, I want you to believe that you are choosing a completely random number. Ladies, do that now. Have you done that? Hand the phone back to the gentleman. Gentlemen, take the phone. Hit the multiplication sign, times. Gentlemen, hand the phone to a lady to your right. Ladies, show me that you have the phone. Ladies, same rule. Put in any 2 or 3 digit number, but then hand the phone back to the owner. Gentlemen, hit the multiplication sign again. Gentlemen, hand the phone to the nearest woman in front of you. Ladies, please put in a 3-digit number. We're going to make it as random as possible. Again, as random as possible. Hit that, do that now, and hand that back to the owner. Excellent. Gentlemen, I want you to hold your phone down so nobody can see the screen. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen, you have your phone out like this, okay? And gentlemen, you can take a seat for this, but think about this. If you got any 2 people, just 2 people, to randomly put in 2 or 3 digit numbers, 2 or 3 digit numbers, 2 or 3 digit numbers, multiply, 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 what's the likelihood that any 2 of you would have the same number on your calculator? The odds are astronomical. I have 700 calculators out right now. Before you look, here's the number that we got. Oh, that's not me. 2,013,731. Gentlemen, look at your calculators. How many people got 2,013,731? How many people? Put a hand up. Nobody, of course not. What were you thinking? That would be ridiculous, right? But I promised you a demonstration of leadership. Gentlemen, I'm trusting you on this. I'm putting you on the honor system. Hold your phone down, screen side down again. Would you please pick up the magic wand? Wave it at the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, this does absolutely nothing. It just makes for a great photo op. Gentlemen, only when I tell you to. First of all, did you feel something happen in the phone while you were holding it? On the count of 3, I want you to turn your phone over and see if your calculator now reads 2,013,000. 1, 2, 3. Turn it over. Take a look. How many people does it read? 2,013,731. Nobody. That's impossible. What were you thinking? Here's why. It's seemingly impossible to guide this many people with this many random notions to a common goal. That would seem impossible, right? You had no idea what number you were going to put in?
No.
And you had no idea what I was going to ask you or what number you were going to put in?
No.
And obviously you didn't have any idea?
No.
So if you didn't have any idea what each of you was going to put in, I couldn't possibly know, right? $2,013,731. Nobody else got this number on your calculators. There's no way you could have known what number your friends were going to put in. And I had no idea who she was going to bring up with her. Except this says 2,013,000.
Not getting this.
731. But that's not what I came here to show you. I came here to show you this. Turn it on. Drop it down. Switch. Hold it up over your head. Ladies and gentlemen, when you can harness the ability of being a powerful leader, you can level up. Ladies, start thinking about this. Ladies and gentlemen, you are our leaders. Learning these lessons will allow you to look like you can create the miracles of tomorrow. My name is Mark Zacharia. Thank you for your kind attention.